Hello and welcome. This is Mouseskinner, and we're back with some more MechWarrior 4 Mercenaries, and we have completed the light circuit of the Solaris Arena. This is going to allow us to go up into the medium circuit. Now, we can still do stuff in the light circuit if we wanted to, and sometimes, you know, it's fun to go back to a lower circuit. Now, we do make more money in the medium circuits, and it's going to work similarly to the way that the light circuit did. So you're going to have 2 million at the jungle, 2 million at the factory, and then 2.5 million at the Coliseum, because the Coliseum is the harder of the arenas to fight in because you have more opponents and it's a more open arena. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into the jungle so that we can test out this Hellhound mech that we have just set up. And we're going to devote the victory to Davian, just as we have in the past. And we have 3 victories so far. Let's see if we can get another one. Now, I'm not sure how well this loadout's going to work. We might have to tweak it, but at least it's worth trying.
Hello, Solaris fans. It's Duncan Fisher broadcasting live from the jungle. It has been a crazy time getting in. The security was so tight that some people are still trickling in. Tonight's match is packed with rookies, which means it's going to be one hell of a fight. These guys are battling for position, and a couple of them are fighting to stay on the medium circuit. It's going to be a no-holds-barred fight tonight. The big crowd tonight is a good thing, too, because the medium season has been off to a slow start so far. The opening games have been pretty predictable, and last week there was a scandal when Bobby Killer Fields was accused of throwing a game. But the fans haven't lost their faith, and tonight's game looks like it's going to be a good one. The game is on.
All right, we got a named mech right off the bat, and he just smacked me hard. That's why my view just whipped around like that. It looked like he got me in the leg, so I'm going to try and back off of him and get some distance.
Want a temporary alliance? I won't shoot till we're the last mech standing.
All right, we managed to get ourselves an alliance early on. We can find our ally that probably put us in an advantage.
One of the combatants down there is Ricardo Vecchi's cousin. He's been training with him quite a bit, which is pretty unusual for Ricardo. Ricardo's always had a bit of a bad boy image, and a lot of times the crowds boo him. But despite his lack of charm, he's a hell of a player on the field. I wonder if his cousin has picked up some of the Vecchi touch. If so, we'll probably see more of him to come. Looks like a pretty good match out there today. A lot of folks prefer medium to light matches because there is more action. You have more power to bear on your enemy and better odds of hitting them. You still get some speed, but some of those medium mechs can be configured to be heavy hitters. That salvo had his name on it.
All right. Well, we got another Hellhound over here. Ooh, somebody's circling around behind me. Where are you? So it's a Shadow Cat coming up on me. All right, this guy's pretty damaged, so we might be able to finish him quickly. All right, we're doing tons of damage here.
Sometimes the kill sneaks up on you. Well, Ricardo's cousin is history now. It's no secret that Vecchi and I do not get along. He thinks I'm an old has-been, and I don't even think I can broadcast what I think of him. No matter what my feelings are, though, he knows how to play the game. I see a lot of Ricardo's arrogance in his cousin, but none of his skills. So the talk is all about last week's medium match. Bobby Fields had been cleaning house in the medium circuit. He made the final 2 in the last factory match. Then a badly mauled Merrick rookie simply tore him apart. Fields barely even fired back. All the media is saying that the killer took a dive. I'm not so sure. He claims that he had some equipment failure. From my time in the circuits, I believe him. No matter how much you pay to keep your mech fully operational, accidents will happen. Especially when you're facing another pilot who wants nothing more than to be that accident. But Fields has been barred from competition until a full inquiry is held. I just hope this whole thing blows over and we can get back to the game.
All right, we're definitely having heat problems with this loadout.
Bam, bam! 2 kills for Spectre.
All right, I don't know if I accidentally shot my ally and he turned enemy, or I just got unlucky and he didn't live that long. All right, looks like this guy is the healthier of the two, so I'm going to focus on him. I'm going to try and even out my fire, though, so that we don't get too much heat buildup. Trying to focus on his weapon systems a little bit as well. We can get that left arm, it will be gone. There we go. Oh, hello. you like to play? I was gonna spare you, but now you're being an asshole. Alright.
Some fancy piloting, good aim, and 3 kills for Spectre. Now that is one merc I'd let watch my back any day.
Alright, we almost have another... Yeah, we have another arm gone, so this guy shouldn't have too many...
Heat exceeding recommended level.
Alright, I'm flushing some coolant here to cool me down. Because we almost have this guy done. And this should be the last guy. Alright, let's pick away at him at long range. Okay, we got the wall in the way. Let's back off here and circle around. It's kind of hard to move and use the zoomed in view. There we go.
Spectre wins. Man, that's medium mech action for you. We have our winner today, Merc turned Solaris jock Spectre. He's making a name for himself, and he rode right over the competition today. Some pilots on the circuit complain that the jungle is a hard arena to get used to. Well, apparently there's one Merc who'll disagree. Live from the jungle, it's Duncan Fisher signing off.
As a matter of fact, I think that water helped me quite a lot because we had quite a bit of heat issues there, and I'm not sure what to think of that. Well, I got 4 kills, which is not bad. We had 200,000 worth of expenses, so I mean, it works out. We're getting quite a bit of balance built up here, so it'll allow me to upgrade our company quite a bit once we get back into missions. I figure, why don't we go ahead and do another Solaris run here? So let's jump over into the factory. The factory is going to be kind of hazardous for us. As you can see, we're not going up any higher than medium, so that's more or less as far as we can go at this stage of the game. As we go further into the game, the higher up weight classes will unlock, so we can get to that. But for now, we're just going to stick with the mediums, because that's as high as we can go. And I'm just going to go through and I'm going to do the last 2 of the Solaris Arena runs, so that we at least can get to heavies once that unlocks through just duration of time passing. In any case, let's go ahead into the medium factory here. And I am a little bit concerned about the factory just because of the heat issues I might have, but we'll see. If we can find some water, we might want to plant ourselves in it.
Tonight. That's right, it is factory time. This is Duncan Fisher reporting live from downtown Montenegro, and the talk tonight is about Peter Dexter. He has come out of retirement and is anxious to get another chance at the Solaris Championship. His last light game was a brutal display of skill, and this old dog has learned some new tricks. There is a sold-out crowd here tonight.
I love the voice acting for the Solaris. All right, so this stuff here I don't really want to walk on. This is going to cause me to build up heat, so I'll kind of demonstrate that here in a second. So as I walk on this, you kind of hear that noise. It doesn't really build up heat, I think, on its own, but it makes it a lot harder to dissipate it.
One of us are a notch above all the others. Call it a truce till we take them all out.
All right, I don't know who my ally is, but it's clearly not Peter Dexter.
Dexter is down there tonight. Back in his prime, it would have been a no-brainer who was going to win this one. But he's been in retirement for 5 years, and it's been 8 years since he did his career best and placed 37th in the charts. He's back and nailed 3 victories, 1 more mech destroyed.
I'm not getting good accuracy here.
Some of my favorites, and I'm not saying that just because it was the weight class I made a name for myself in. Medium mechs require all the piloting skills of light mechs, plus you have to have better gunnery skills. In light mechs, a lot of the game boils down to chance. You're moving so fast that only the good pilots can regularly nail their shots. Medium mechs are all about skill, and that is something I can appreciate.
Just showing you that you can use different views. I don't really care to use the third-person view, but maybe it's more exciting for you guys. I don't know. All right, so I'm just circling around here so we can get a vantage point on some of these enemies. All right, I can see them from here, so we're just going to pick at them. This is kind of the maybe not the most honorable way of dealing with these things, but gives me a chance to cool down as well.
A slow start. It was a real upset when a few of the key medium players announced they were only going to be competing in the heavier circuits. Alice Newkirk and Miria Stewart were especially a blow to diehard medium fans. Both were crowd favorites, and they are trying to move up. I personally think Miria is rushing things a bit. He has talent to be sure, but he could do with another season playing in the medium circuit. And Alice, well, no surprise there. She was last year's... When the reactor goes, that's usually a sign that you've taken too much damage.
All right, let's focus on
Warning,
Peter here.
Heat exceeding recommended level. Warning, heat exceeding recommended level.
I'm gonna have to watch him to make sure he's not looking at me, because his weapons can reach out and touch me if he wants to. Right now he's focusing on other opponents, but it looks like he's looking at me now, because I have been laying into him. Yeah, he's coming after me. I really don't want to engage him in a close range fight, because this way I get the chance to allow my heat to cool off a little bit. Alright, we're gonna back off here a little bit and just focus on his weapons systems.
Now it's just the final three.
Warning, heat exceeding recommended level.
Alright, we blew off his arm, that's good. I'm gonna back off here because I think they're coming for me. Let's see if we can, first off, get our legs pointed the right way. And I'm gonna move away a little bit, let myself cool off. I mean, I already kind of have, but... Alright. Get a little bit of distance here as well, that we can take advantage of. Alright, they're up on that hill. I don't know if I really got a clear shot on them. Oop, walked into the wall. I may have to come and see them, so let's just circle around here. I'm going to go on this corner and come up towards the middle. But sometimes the long-range game, just kind of sit and pick, works pretty well. And I've been fortunate that they haven't really come after me too hard. Because I don't think I could deal with a short-range engagement. Which we're probably going to get here in a second. Just the terrain is such that I really can't get a good line of sight on these guys. So it's going to be close up. He's not looking at me, though, so that's fortunate. Just taking a look at this guy to see how damaged he is.
Welcome to Solaris. Now, let me show you the sky. That's 2 for Spectre and 2 ejected pilots who will be watching from the sidelines.
Let's blow some coolant here. I'm not sure if he has any viable weapons, because I just blew off his one arm. Alright, let's back off so we don't get blown up by him. It's kind of embarrassing when that happens. Alright, he's just gonna run from us. I don't think he has any viable weapons. The only weapon he has left is a ammo-based weapon, and he might have already blown the ammo for that. Because we've knocked off just about every other weapon he has. There we go.
The Merc Phenom strikes again. Things are really picking up now. The season may have started slow, but now it's picking up steam. Today we have a Merc rookie doing the victory lap. His name is Spectre, and this season he has really been turning some heads. He fought his way through the light class and seems to be holding his own in the mediums as well. Live from the factory, it's Duncan Fisher signing off.
Now, it's going to be a lot harder to get away with that in the Coliseum. First off, it's going to start me right next to an enemy mech, just like what we saw with the light mechs. I'm going to have opponents right next to me. Secondly, it's much more open, so it's going to be a lot harder for me to find cover and just pick away at an opponent like I was doing. So there's a number of things that can make the Coliseum a little bit more challenging, which is why you make more money there. In any case, we get a little bit more points for Davian, and I think I'm going to go ahead and put a cut in the video here, so I hope you guys have enjoyed, and we'll tackle the Coliseum here in the next video. This is Mouse Gunner, signing out.